Hello, Internet. I am Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl, and we're back with another body cam video. This one entitled Women's Power Play at Traffic Stop Backfires with No BS Cop. And because we aim to look slightly professional around here, something new has been added. A whiteboard that is not showing up because of my background. I'm sorry. I've already pre-marked the two things we have on every body cam video, the first officer on the scene and the title, because those are two things that I aim to always give a rank to, and sometimes I forget. So hopefully this will help. So let's see what this is about.
Step out of the vehicle now.
You don't have to yell. I have a legal
You really don't.
right to my phone.
Officers.
Calling my God attorney.
Good.
Stop doing that.
Then stop
I am not
encroaching other
aggressive.
officers.
On February 4th, 2023, an officer conducted a traffic stop after witnessing a woman driving recklessly on the road.
Hey, I'm Officer J, Seymour Police Department.
Hi.
Okay. Any particular reason you decided to drive? Why I decided to pull you over?
To do what?
I engaged my traffic signals, my red and blue lights,
Yeah.
at the intersection when you proceeded forward and you didn't pull
I pulled
over.
over at a safe spot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's quite a bit of distance. Okay.
There. I
How
knew there was a
far?
spot here to pull over.
Okay. So it's still quite a bit of distance. All right.
There's road. Okay.
Okay. Look, if you're going to argue with me, go ahead, step out of the vehicle.
Okay, that escalated quickly. I wish he would say like how far it actually was, because I can certainly understand being a woman, being alone. It's late at night, it's dark, and you're being pulled over. You want to pull over in somewhere well lit, preferably with other people. That's not always nearby. I'm not saying it justifies her action, because again, we don't know how far. We don't know how far you're talking about, and different people will disagree about how far somebody can reasonably go. I know in some states it actually says in the driver's ed handbook that if a cop signals you to pull over, but you're unable to do so immediately for whatever reason, put your hazard lights on to signal to the cop that you heard them, you're aware of it, and you are like looking for a safe place to stop. I know the cops don't always know that, because I've seen a couple of videos that certainly proved that, but it's not a completely unreasonable thing to do. I don't like that we're literally 53 seconds in and he's already escalated his tone and is now ordering her out of the car, which again, he has every right to do. A cop can order the driver out of the car absolutely anytime for pretty much any reason, or I think also no reason. If you want to look up the case in America, it's a Supreme Court decision. I forget what year, but it's called Pennsylvania versus Mims, because that's where it started in Pennsylvania, but it applies to the whole country because it went to the Superior Court and they made a decision about it.
Step out of the vehicle for me. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle for me. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle for me. Ma'am, step out of the vehicle now.
You don't have to yell at me.
Step out of your vehicle.
You don't have to yell at me.
Step out of your vehicle.
You don't have to yell
Step
at me.
out of your vehicle now. You're resisting law enforcement now. Ma'am, step
What
out
is
of your
with-
vehicle,
what's
head
with the
back here,
finger?
okay?
Come on.
You cruised probably about a quarter of a mile, okay? Step out of your vehicle now.
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Step out of your vehicle.
I will.
Okay, I will say he has asked her like 10 times and she's not doing it, so I think we're about to see him yank her out of the car, which, while I never like to see that ever, he's certainly within his right to physically take her out of the car at this point, because she is not getting out when he is telling her to. I don't like the finger, I don't like the tone, but I understand he's like trying to sound loud and big to get some kind of compliance out of her. I don't like intimidation as a compliance tactic. I think it ends up hurting more than it helps, and it certainly in this day and age can make people, I think, less compliant, because if you're yelling at me and there's an aggression to your tone or an undercurrent of violence, I'm going to be more reluctant to get out of the car because I think you're going to hurt me. So that could be an issue as well, as to why trying an intimidation tactic like this is not always effective.
I'm gonna don't do that.
Let's go.
Don't
Get
pull
out
me
of the
my
vehicle now. Get out of the vehicle now.
You're gonna record
He's-
this
Get out of the
being
vehicle
recorded.
now.
right now.
Get out of the vehicle.
Okay,
I have
now we
told you
have-
numerous times on body camera. I've given you lawful commands. Step out of the vehicle.
Insane.
Step out of your vehicle.
I will.
I've asked you countless times.
It's true.
Get out of your vehicle now.
Oh my god.
Get out of your vehicle now.
What's your name?
Get out of your vehicle now.
What's your name?
Get out of your vehicle now.
Oh,
Step
do
out
it
of the
again.
car. Come on.
Because legally you have to tell me.
Legally, you are not complying with lawful
I
commands.
am.
No,
He
you're
is
not.
right.
I've asked you numerous times. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of your vehicle now.
Wait, what did he say? Wait, I want to know what the second cop said. They're still being incredibly nice to her, given that she is refusing to get out of the car. And I'm a little curious, though, because he started to try and pull her out and then stopped. But I think he stopped because he saw backup arrived and, like, he's like, okay, I got backup now. It's better if there's two of us to get her out of the car because one person doing it on their own isn't A, the safest, and B, like, you get into a one-on-one fight. It's not a good situation to be in. So him backing off because backup got there and, like, and sometimes people will just decide they don't like you. So if somebody else talks to them, they'll be more reasonable. So he might be hoping for that here. But I want to hear what the other cop said because he said something about recording and going to jail. So I want to know what he said. Okay, I'm gonna back this up 10.
You are not complying with lawful commands.
I am.
No, you're not. I've asked you numerous times. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of your vehicle now.
Easy way or hard way?
I
Right
swear
now,
it sounded.
you could do the easy way and step out.
This is
Step out.
insane.
Okay, I swear it's. I can't get it any clearer, but I swear it sounded like you're gonna go to jail for filming us. I don't think that's what he said, but I can't hear it. Let me try one more time. I'm gonna really listen. Maybe I'm gonna turn this up a little. I'll turn it back down. So skip ahead if you don't want to go on this minor detour with me. Okay, this is gonna be loud.
You're not complying with lawful commands.
I am.
No, you're not. I've asked you numerous times. Get out of the vehicle. Get out of your vehicle now.
I don't
Easy
know-
way or hard?
Okay, I really don't know what he is saying there. All I'm getting is the last few words that says you're going to jail for filming us or something that sounds like that. If you can understand what he's saying, please let me know.
Hard way. Right now, you could do the easy way and step out.
This is insane.
Step out.
Step out.
Can I ask that he be involved in
No.
this?
He's right there. Just step out.
I will deal with you.
Okay, step out then.
Step out.
I'm telling you, step out. So step out. All right.
Okay, so we've got a little bit of what I said in that she's saying, I don't want to deal with him because he was very aggressive with her. He was yelling, he was intimidating. I fully understand her saying, I don't want to deal with him. That's not going to happen because he already just said, like, I couldn't tell if he said I'm the arresting officer or I'm the first officer, but he said one of those two. So rather than let cooler heads prevail here because she is saying, I will deal with you, the second officer. So the smart move here for the cops. And again, they don't have to do this. I'm sure their policy says something else. But the smart move for them right now is to do what she is asking. If you want her to comply, she's telling you, I will deal with the second cop. The first cop, she's obviously put off by and a little afraid of, I think, which is exactly the effect that he wanted. But this is what I'm saying. You can have the opposite effect of what you wanted. Do I think he's about to get more aggressive and throw his weight around because he feels disrespected? Possibly. I hope not. I hope the first cop has the good sense to kind of hang back, let the second guy deal with it. She's clearly more comfortable with him. And if you've got a way for her to, like, comply with you, even if you have to step back a little and let somebody else lead, what's the problem with doing that? And I'm well aware I'm going to get called every kind of snowflake and lefty whatever for saying that they should accommodate her request or give in, however you want to see it. But the point is to do things with the least amount of violence and just get the situation resolved. So if that's the goal, then letting her deal with the cops she's comfortable with is the way to handle it.
Are Where's my phone?
Step
Give me
out.
through.
Lay down.
No. No.
Lay it down.
I am allowed to have that on me.
Right now, he is in charge.
I am allowed to have my phone.
Put your
Ma'am.
hand on your back.
What is happening?
You're choosing the hard way.
Cooperating.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Okay, she wasn't originally. She is now.
My car.
What's your name?
So
man?
I'm not sure why they're arresting her,
What's your name?
and they haven't said, so I'm not okay with this.
I want my phone.
You're gonna get
No.
it. You're gonna get it.
No, I have a legal goddamn right
You
to
better
my
stop.
phone.
Okay, so this is the
You're gonna
dash
catch a
cam
charge. Now
from the
stop.
first cop.
You are resisting. Look at you. Stand right here.
I want my phone. I have a legal goddamn right to my phone.
Okay, so we're gonna start this over again.
Whoa.
Stay there.
Okay, two things. She should not have walked away, but also not a fan of how he just grabbed her. Like, dude, get better control of yourself than that. You don't get to, like, this is what I mean. He's pissed off that he got disrespected, and now it's affecting his attitude because he was good up till now. Even with the intimidation and the yelling that I didn't think was necessary, he was still going to get top marks because he showed an extreme amount of restraint. That restraint I'm no longer seeing. I'm not a fan of the way he just yanked her like that. I get he has the right because she's walking away, but also the cops are not doing a good job of communicating right now because I have not heard the words, "You're being detained, you're under arrest," or anything like that. And I'm sorry, but it matters. They need to be clear with what is going on so that people understand what is going on, and it lends to more compliance if people understand what's happening and if the cops are clear about it. These two are not being clear. I'm especially not a fan of second cop basically throwing his hands up and abdicating any responsibility by saying he's in charge right now. Well, then what the hell are you doing here?
There.
Are you kidding me right now?
Stay there.
You get the shit right here.
Okay, you have the right
Now
to
chill
arrest
out
her
and
for
we're gonna start
resisting.
again. Okay?
You're getting worked up for nothing right now.
No, she's not getting worked up for nothing right now. I'd be very scared in this situation too. I'm also not a fan of them refusing to let her record. Just put her phone on the hood of your car and have it on so that she knows it's recording the two of you. Because I understand that, and I don't like when police just say, "Well, we're recording it too," because people don't always have access to those police body cams or dash cams. Okay? I don't want to sound paranoid, but things can happen. Maybe the person doesn't have the money to request that file because some places you have to pay for the body cam footage. So if that person doesn't have the money, and it can, I don't mean a little bit, it's not like a $30 service fee. Those videos, these body cam videos, like to get them released, even to a lawyer, can cost like hundreds of dollars. So maybe somebody can't afford that, or maybe they don't have the time, or if anything happens to the video, if they get corrupted, if they get lost, if they get, it just takes like several weeks or months for the police to turn over, that can be a serious problem. So I fully understand people wanting to make their own recording that they have control over and that they have their own copy of.
Okay,
So-
everything I have done. Okay, so you don't have to
I don't
talk
see
to
what's
me.
wrong
I'm going to
with
tell you what I'm doing.
Just having her
okay?
camera like
4th Street
be
Road,
on the hood.
My radar clocked you at 52 miles an hour in a 30 zone. I turned around,
Okay, so she's
proceeded to
speeding.
drive behind you at the red light. Okay? From there, as soon as the green light illuminated and you proceeded to go through, I engaged my traffic signal to conduct a traffic stop due to your speeding behavior. You proceeded for probably an estimated quarter or 1/3 of a mile to pull over here. Highly suspicious behavior. Makes me think that you are either A, intoxicated and unaware you are getting pulled over, B, you are concealing contraband or something illegal, or looking to hide something further by waiting. I can understand you want a safe place to pull over. I can appreciate that. But however, you passed up several other places you could have turned in and made an easy right-hand turn or a left-hand turn right here. You turned in and then proceeded to drive forward. That can be considered resisting law enforcement with a vehicle, which is a felony in the state
Law informants.
of Indiana. Second, I
Okay, so we're in
engaged you
Indiana.
up here.
Oh, now we have
You're
third cop.
argumentative. I tried to.
Okay, I'm making a note. Now we have a third cop. I'm writing down their body cam numbers because that's a better way of keeping track of who is who. But I wish I knew how long it takes to drive like a quarter of a mile. Like, I'm guessing not that long. Okay, after using multiple online calculators, it seems to be if she was doing about 50, a quarter mile takes on average about 2 minutes to drive. That's not a long time. You can say it's a long time with a cop behind you, which you got a point there. And he has a point saying when somebody doesn't immediately pull over, that is cause for suspicion because, yes, they could be doing any of the things that he said. That's true. However, I still don't think 2 minutes when it's dark, it's late, they're clearly like in an industrial area. So I give it a 50-50 on that. I get why it raised his suspicions. He is not wrong about that at all. I just think he could be a teeny bit more understanding about why she might have done that. Though this also doesn't look like a particularly good place to pull over, but it's possible there just were no good places. So this is where they wound up. I still don't think 2 minutes is like that sussy, but I understand the point of view that it certainly could be.
You explain and try to question, ma'am, why did you not stop? Why did you not stop? And you proceeded to be argumentative. So I asked you, okay, so let's step out of the vehicle because I do not know what is in your vehicle. You've also
I wouldn't say she was
possibly committed
argumentative.
a felony in my presence. So I removed you.
Which
I asked
felony?
you over a dozen times, numerous times.
Hey Siri.
I asked you numerous times to step from the vehicle.
Did you?
You did not.
Dozen over a dozen?
Okay, we have her on
It's
body
true.
camera.
Hey Siri, call Blake.
Okay.
Oh, we are.
No, we're
Hey,
not.
Okay. Third cop or second cop who is touching her phone. Why are you doing this? Like, I understand you don't want other people showing up, so that's why they're doing this. But I'm not a fan of them turning off her phone. I don't know what these cops thing with her phone and not letting her record is. I can understand them not letting her call somebody because what I said, but I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. He is right. He did ask her to step out more than a dozen times. I'm not sure what he's talking about with a felony. I do remember he said, like, if you do something that's a felony. I didn't catch what it was. She's clearly not listening to him at this point, but I also think she's not listening because it's the first cop who's addressing her who she said she's not going to deal with.
Siri, call Blake.
I'll put it in your car.
Hey Siri, call
Stay
Blake.
right there.
This is the third time I've had to redirect you away from one of my officers.
I'm calling my goddamn attorney.
Good.
Get your
Call him.
hands off of me.
You're going
Then
to
let her
jail.
call him.
All right, what's your name?
I haven't done anything wrong.
You want to talk to me? What's your name?
Okay,
Ma'am,
so I'm
I
assuming
just
he's
told
the
you why I pulled
supervisor?
you over, and you were non-compliant.
I was compliant.
No, ma'am. I have every right. There's case
I
law
was
that's.
compliant.
So are you going to argue with me, or am I going to let me
I was
explain?
compliant
Ma'am,
to everything.
ma'am, I have another officer here who asked you to remove yourself from the car.
And
Okay.
I got out. Am I not out of my goddamn car?
No, we had to try to pull you out of your car multiple times.
I got out on my own.
We're not going to
No.
argue this.
Okay. He's wrong in saying they tried to pull her out multiple times. He tried to pull her out once. Yes, she absolutely should have gotten out of the car. Not arguing that. But, like, this is just becoming a battle of wills, and it's pointless right now. And again, this cop should not be talking to her because she is calm when she's talking to anybody but him. But he keeps coming up to her, and he just wants to be right at this point. He just wants her to admit that he was right. And for whatever reason, I don't think he's going to get that. Whether it's because she's ticked off or maybe she is intoxicated, I don't know. Nobody's even actually said that she is. So, this just could be the way she acts. But he needs to disengage from her.
That's fine.
Do you have a driver's license?
Sure did.
Where is it at? Is it in your car? Is it on you? You want to talk to me, all right? So this is it.
It
Where's
would
your
help if
driver's
she
license?
talked to him.
All right, where's your driver's license?
I want my phone.
You're not going to call anybody
Why?
because I said you.
You're detained right now, ma'am. You were resisting law
I'm
enforcement.
still allowed to call people.
Not during
Yes,
the
I am.
investigation, ma'am.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
Identify
No,
yourself. Where's your license?
You can look it up.
Are you calling 51?
Okay, as the driver, she does have to ID herself. So that
Actually,
she's
we're not gonna
refusing to
search
do
it,
that.
Ashley. We're going to inventory because you're getting towed right now. And you can step back again.
Stop doing that.
Then stop
I am not
encroaching other
aggressive.
officers.
Okay, I don't understand at this point why they're not putting her in the car. They've already said she's under arrest. Now she's refusing to ID. If he's so concerned about her walking up to other officers with her hands behind her back when she's clearly, I agree, she's not a threat, but stay at the front of the car. Yes, she should. But dude, if you're so concerned about it, just put her in the back of the car already. Problem solved. Now, here's something where I fully admit I don't understand the nuance of the law here, because when they're saying we're not going to search your car, but we're going to inventory it because it is being towed, which again, they have every right to do. She's being arrested. So yeah, the car can't sit there on the road. It's a hazard. So it'll be towed. I don't fully understand why police do an inventory. I mean, I suppose the most obvious answer is so that people can't say, oh, I had $1,000 in my car and the police stole it. So that is probably exactly why they do an inventory. But I don't understand where the law is on, say they find drugs in the car, like they find a thing of like some kind of drugs. They find drugs in the car when they are inventorying it for a tow. I'm assuming they then can charge her with the drugs, and I know that this is definitely a settled part of law and I should probably look it up, but how is that not like an illegal search kind of? Now, if what the law says, and I would suspect it's this, maybe someday I'll look it up, is that because they are inventorying the car, that kind of puts the drugs in plain sight in some way. Again, I'm not a lawyer, not a cop, so that's an area where I'm hazy, and maybe someday I'll put some time in and try and figure out how the law has like split that particular hair, because it seems like a very, very fine line.
Jesus Christ.
Stay.
This
Right
is
there.
insane. You know it is.
Where's your license at?
In my wallet.
Where's your wallet?
Where everybody else is. This is goddamn insane. You
Center.
fucking know it is.
It's in her wallet.
Where's your wallet?
I don't know. What's your name?
It's on my license.
Okay, what's your name?
If I give you my license, you're gonna go the fuck home. This is goddamn ridiculous.
We're past that at this point, ma'am.
Past what?
Ma'am.
You wanted to arrest me the second you pulled me the fuck over.
No. I questioned you why you failed to stop in time.
I told you I wanted to pull over in a
Okay.
spot.
That's true,
Okay,
she did.
And you also started to get argumentative.
No, I didn't.
I don't
You're
think
not
that she did.
argumentative.
Just like you're not argumentative right now, and you're not listening to any reason that I told you why I engaged you in a traffic stop.
I told you I wanted to pull over in a safe spot.
Okay, she did say that to him, and he did immediately escalate and say, get out of the car. So she's telling more of the truth than he is right now.
I know this goddamn area. I knew that this was here, and I knew you could pull behind me. I knew I wasn't in the street then.
Okay.
I knew what the fuck I was doing.
Okay. So I know what the F I'm doing, okay? And I explained to you why I engaged you in a traffic stop and when.
To you why
This
I did
is the
what I
most
did.
pointless
Okay, and-
conversation.
That wasn't good enough, and you grabbed me in my goddamn car for
Ma'am.
no good reason.
Ma'am.
You opened my door.
You're right.
For no reason.
Neither of them
I told you
is going to
times
agree
to
with the
step in
other.
your vehicle.
Not numerous. I asked you what the was going on.
Ma'am, I gave you a lawful command. That's the issue here. You're disregarding that.
Can you get the hair out of my fucking mouth? I can't do it.
So are you drinking it all tonight, ma'am?
Okay, this is the first time they're saying that. So is she drunk?
Lean
I
against
don't
the
know.
car. As soon as you lean against the car, you're not getting your phone. Stay against the car.
Hey Siri, call Blake.
Well, I'll keep hanging up.
Okay, not cool. Not cool. This guy just took his grade down because, I'm sorry, officer, you said if she leaned against the car, she could call her lawyer, and then you're saying you're going to keep hanging up her phone when she's using the voice activate to call her lawyer. That's the second time one of these cops has said that she can call her lawyer and then immediately said no. I'm not a fan of this. I understand they're well within their right to do so. She has actually no right to call anybody right this second. She has the right to contact a lawyer in due course, but not on the side of the road, not right this second. I'm not a fan of this lying tactic, because all you're going to do is tick her off and you're going to escalate things unnecessarily instead of just saying, again, no, you may not call your lawyer right now, but after you're taken to the station and processed, you'll get a phone call and you can use that to call your lawyer. I haven't heard anybody say that. So again, this is a moment where a little communication could go a very long way, but nobody is using good communication skills here. And the lying like that, you're just creating your own problems.
You said as soon as I lean against the car.
I said as soon as you lean against the car, you can stay there. Even
No, you didn't. I'm sorry, officer, but you are a liar. I know that police are permitted to lie to suspects. They can lie about pretty much anything to anyone. I utterly hate that. I understand it's a necessity at times, but this is a very poor way to employ it, and you're gonna get a bad result.
what are you doing tonight? Seriously, what have you been doing tonight? Nothing?
Like,
heading
what are
home?
you suspecting her of
That's
at this
what we're
point?
doing
Like,
before then.
That's where my goddamn
you're coming so hard. Why?
problem is.
Okay, so what's going on tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm going
So-
to my goddamn house.
It is
okay.
like
Right
1:30 in
near
the
this
morning.
Goddamn street light. And I pulled over where it was f***ing safe.
Where are you leaving from?
It doesn't matter where I was leaving from.
Kind of does this point.
No, it doesn't. Hey Siri,
It's
call
turned
Blake.
off. You can get your call to jail. If that's where you
You
end up.
guys are taking me to jail
If that's where you end up tonight, then yes.
because he has a goddamn dick complex. My balls are bigger than yours, and they're on my chest.
Cool. Good to hear.
I don't have a problem with you,
Okay. Look, that's why I'm here.
and you know better. Because you won't look me in the face.
I can look you in the face just fine. I'm just a little chilly, not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean,
I've
fucking
I've been outside for the past 4 hours.
chill.
Oh, that would suck on a very cold night.
So to be honest with you, you're going to go back to the police station right now. I'm going to give you the option to do field sobriety tests with one of my officers, one of my supervisors. Okay, that is on you. If you do not, I will apply for a warrant with the judge. Okay.
Can you start over again and say what you said?
Okay. So here's where we're at right now. You will be transported back to Seymour Police Department by one of my fellow officers. Okay. You would not answer my question about have you been drinking this evening. Okay. So due to what we see in the alcohol in there and what is
Is there
what is
an
transpired
open
this
container
evening,
in the car?
okay, I'm a little bit suspicious. So you can either perform standard field sobriety tests at SPD with one of my supervisors. Okay. If you do not, due to what's been transpired tonight and you being resistant so far, I will apply for one with the judge for a blood draw. Choice is yours.
So if I go to police station, I don't have to deal with you.
You can deal with somebody else.
I don't want to deal with you.
That's just J4.
Okay, few things here. I am still not a fan that he's the one talking to her, but I think when the 3 or 4 cops were over there, I think they may have chilled him out a little because he came back in a much more like calm and even tone. They are saying that they believe she's intoxicated. It sounds like they found an open container of alcohol in the car, which, yeah, that would definitely make me think someone's intoxicated. And that might explain some of her behavior once she didn't want to ID herself, etc. So that's a possible explanation if in fact she is drunk, which is a reasonable assessment at this point. I do like that he's saying, yeah, if we go to the station, you don't have to deal with me. So that's like a way of giving her what she wants because she clearly just doesn't want to deal with him. I wish they had done that sooner. That said, never do field sobriety tests. They are absolute garbage. They are designed to be failed. A cop can make up literally almost any test that he wants and say that you have failed for whatever criteria they wish to apply. And please don't put in the comments that, oh, they're standardized or they have training on them. Yes, they may have training and every state has its own version, but I've seen a lot of them, and some of them are utterly ridiculous, and they're things that people couldn't do stone cold sober. So they're just completely subjective is the problem. Regardless if every officer in the state uses the same test, it's down to the officer's personal perception as to whether you failed or not. There is no objective criteria. There is no standard of pass fail, and there's no opportunity for objective review by a third party after the fact. That's a longer conversation that maybe we'll get into someday, but my point is never agree to do field sobriety tests. Just tell them, I'll do the breathalyzer, and that's it. Though in some states, just refusing to do field sobriety tests can suspend your license, which I think is complete BS. And I'm not sure how it's legal, but maybe someday we'll get into it. Let's watch the end of this.
Straightforward. Okay, that's fine. Got your phone, wallet, keys, and your Apple Watch. All right. My car is right behind his. Give me 1 minute while I clean out the seat. What's that? I put them all in the front. I'll clean out the back for you, along with your watch, and keys, right here. What do you need? Your hair?
On my face.
I always wonder why cops ever have anything in the back seat of their car if they know that
Turn your head to the left.
they might have to arrest somebody and put them in the back. Like, why isn't the back of your squad already clean?
I just don't know why.
To prevent people from biting me. I'm not saying you'd bite me,
Prevent people
but I don't want somebody
That's a
biting me. You know what I'm saying?
terrible thing.
I hear you, but it happens all the time. I don't want it happening to me.
Fair enough.
That swinging
Are they
legs
putting
out
her in the
here.
front?
Erica Lynn Matul was charged
They
with
are.
resisting law enforcement.
I've never
resisting
seen
law
that.
Enforcement using a vehicle and operating a vehicle while intoxicated.
Okay, a lot to unpack in a short video. In the end, she was charged with 2 counts of resisting and operating a vehicle while intoxicated. It didn't give us a BAC, blood alcohol content, so we don't know if she was actually drunk. We only know that she was charged with it. They don't actually have to prove it to charge it with you if she refused the field sobriety test at the station or refused to do a breathalyzer. They can charge her with being intoxicated basically based on the fact that she had an open container, and they can say they smelled alcohol, though I didn't actually hear anybody say that. So I'm 50-50 on whether she is intoxicated or not. Again, if he didn't say it was an open container in the car, he just said there was alcohol in the car. So we don't know. If he had said there's like an open bottle of vodka in the passenger seat, then I'd be like, yeah, she's been drinking. But for all I know, he's referring to an unopened bottle of wine in the trunk. He didn't say. So I don't know. Nor did anybody say they smelled alcohol on her. And for my 2 cents, she didn't appear to be particularly intoxicated if she was. Now, you can say that her taking too long to stop or her resisting proves that she's intoxicated. I don't think it does. I disagree with that. I would need more than that to say it. But we don't get that from this video, so I don't know. But overall, okay, we got the whiteboard got put to good use here. Let's start with the title. Karen's power play. I don't think that she's being a Karen. I have a pretty good definition of my own for what that is. Her behavior doesn't meet it. So don't think she's being a Karen. As for power play, I don't know what they're referring to there. I didn't see a power play unless they're talking about her initially refusing to get out of the car and trying to call someone. I suppose you could call that an attempt at a power play. I don't think it was, because she wasn't like saying, oh, I know the mayor, you're going to get fired, or I'm a politician, I'm big and important, or I'm rich and self-important. So, nah. As for the cop being no BS, yep, totally valid on that part. And speaking of the cops, we got 3. We got first officer on scene. He is clocking in at a C, because I feel like initially, even though he, again, completely in the right to do so, completely within the law, I think he escalated things a little quickly. That didn't have to happen. And then once she was in cuffs and against the car, and actually it was before that, when she was getting out of the car and the second officer had arrived and she said she'll deal with him, but not the first guy, that's when the first guy should have backed off. I think the rest of it goes a lot smoother, even though this was very calm. There was no physical altercation. There was no violence. So overall, this is a very calm traffic stop. Even though there was a lot of arguing, this is still a very calm situation that was handled with a reasonable amount of force. Let's be very clear about that. But him backing off could have made things easier. You don't have to create your own problems by continually arguing with her, which he was. And I think that was because he just wanted her to defer to him. He just wanted to be right and wanted her to admit that she was wrong. That doesn't help anything. It doesn't make the traffic stop go any better. It's not legally relevant. So, officer, just back away from her and satisfy your ego another way, because there was definitely a little bit of ego going on. Second officer is coming in at a B because of two reasons. One, I didn't like that the lying about letting her call her lawyer. I don't like it. It's not helpful to the situation. And it's just going to make her not trust you because you just lied to her blatantly. So that's not good. Also, what he said, again, I could not hear it clearly. I really wish that I could. But he said something about going to jail for videoing them. And I don't like that comment in almost any context. So I don't know what the first half of it was. They could even make the second half okay. But I also don't like that they wouldn't let her record. I understand you don't want her holding her phone. That's fine. But like I said, let her turn the video on and just put it on the hood of the car. Just so it's on and it's recording and it makes her feel safer. You could have done that. We can, if everybody tries to get along a little better, things go smoother. I didn't see that here. I also didn't get good communication from anybody. Third officer on the scene, the one that was standing there just watching the two of them argue for a couple of minutes, he's clocking in at a B as well because he didn't intervene there, and I think he should have. I think he should have said to the first cop, hey, buddy, I know, but she's not going to listen to you. This isn't getting anywhere. Let's just go over here. And I think at some point that did happen because he came back cooler at the end. So I think they may have casually, calmly said something like that when they were standing back away and we couldn't hear. But that is my opinion. That's where I'm clocking in. What is yours? Please tell me. Leave it in the comments. What do you think of her? Do you think she was intoxicated? Yes or no? What do you think of the first, second, and third cop's behavior? How would you have handled it? And generally your thoughts. So if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe and come back soon for more. I've been Insane Lane as well as the Canadian Girl. See you on the next one. Bye-bye.